Unable to bring your business. Instead, President Akufo-Addo is this morning launching the National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program for persons engaged in illegal mining. The initiative follows the suspension of small-scale mining operations and the establishment of an inter-ministerial committee on illegal mining to check the negative impact of galamsey on the country's vegetation and water bodies. So let's take you live now to Takwa in the Western region, where the launch is taking place.
For the launching of this day has already started rolling out certificate programs in surface and underground mining, in mapping and survey, in geological assistantship, environmental engineering, and occupational health, all with the aim of making sure that those people who decide to go to school as part of the alternative livelihood can come to UMAT for training. Indeed, the entry level is so low, middle school living certificate, and anybody who wants to join us can come and earn a certificate. Once again, on behalf of the council of the university, the students and the staff, I warmly welcome you all to the University of Mines and Technology. Thank you very much.
We're grateful to you, Professor Richard Kwesi Amankwa, for that warm note of welcome. It falls to the regional minister to now welcome us, ladies and gentlemen, to the region. Make welcome the Honorable Kwabena Otre Dako.
Thank you. Your Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. Honorable Samuel Abu Jinapo, Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Honorable Regional Ministers here present, Ministers of States and Members of Parliament, Nananum, Honorable Metropolitan Municipal District Chief Executives, Honorable Presiding Members, the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. I deem it a great honor to be part of this symbolic and critical event to mark the launch of the National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program. On behalf of the chiefs and people of the Western region, I welcome you, Mr. President, and your team of ministers and officers to Takwa, the center of gold and manganese mining of the Western region, and particularly to the University of Mines and Technology. I must admit, today's event is historic in its own right because we are blazing the path for a visionary roadmap towards our long-term development plan in curbing the illegal mining menace in the country. On behalf of the chiefs and people of the Western region and on my own behalf, I wish to express our sincerest appreciation to you, Mr. President, for choosing our region to host such a landmark event, and to express our readiness to ensure not only a fruitful launch, but a sustained project. For a region that has youth development as our mainstream agenda, our SDG+2 youth pillar of our sustainable development goal, we see this initiative as a complementary role to the achievement of our agenda. We therefore have no option than to lend our utmost support towards the successful implementation of this great initiative. Ladies and gentlemen, as you are aware, the Western region has had its fair share of negative effects of illegal and indiscriminate mining activities. Our land and water bodies as essential resources for national building needs to be managed efficiently and preserved for posterity. We are, however, grateful to His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo for making combating the illegal mining menace as one of his signature projects and consistently put up measures to halt illegal mining and its related activities in the country's water bodies and the environment. Your Excellency, I, as the Western Regional Minister and Member of Parliament for Takoradi, believe in your visionary leadership to sanitize the mining sector to ensure our mineral resources are exploited in a more responsible and a sustainable way. It is in view of this that the Western Regional Coordinating Council, under my leadership, has, in 2 years, spearheaded the organization of the Ghana Gold Expo and Mining Week, both events aimed at bringing big wigs along the mining value chain to reason together on the best way to achieve this vision of government. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I must admit I could not hide my joy when the government found it necessary and through the 2021 mid-year budget review, reviewed plans to provide alternative employment and livelihood for the displaced miners who would invariably fall through the cracks. I believe this declaration also brought hope to the persons who were displaced as a result of the ongoing effort by government to sanitize the mining industry of illegal activities. The National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program, as we are here to be launched, will be anchored on 6 main interventions, namely the National Land Reclamation and Reforestation, Agricultural and Agro-Processing, Apprenticeship, Skills Training and Entrepreneurship, Responsible, Viable, Sustainable Community Mining, Mining Support Services, and Community Enhancement Program. I therefore want to entreat all such affected miners and individuals to participate in this program, since this will help create jobs in the 5 mining regions of our country, of which our region is part. I am firmly convinced that we will succeed together in taking advantage of this initiative. On this note, and on behalf of the good people of Western Region, I welcome you once more, Your Excellency, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Ministers of State, and all other partners in development of the Western Region, to today's function. You are all welcome to the Western Region. Thank you very much.
The Honorable Kwabena Otreda-Kumensa is MP for Takrady and the Western Regional Minister. Please, another round of applause. Mr. President, we recall with great excitement the launch or the opening of the bipartisan inputs at the National Mining Dialogue, which took place in April this year. A lot has happened since, and we invite you for 3 minutes to lend your attention to the screen as you acquaint yourself with the event after. Enjoy.
Once upon a time, the land was green, full of life and color. It was our land, and it was beautiful. But corruption set in the persona of Galamsey. Galamsey has been a major problem affecting our communities for decades. In the last 10 years, there has been a rise in Galamsey activities from 1.5 million to 2 million, including thousands from China. There are nearly 3 million people who rely on it for their livelihoods. Their activities are devouring our green, desecrating our beautiful land, and destroying our water bodies. Water bodies such as River Pra, Brim, Donsu River, the Black Volta, Enu River, etc. have suffered at the hands of Galamsey, even as violent altercations have erupted in our once peaceful home. In 2017, the President set up a military police joint task force under the name Operation Vanguard to combat the operation of Galamsey. In 2019, the task force known as Galamstop was born to aid Operation Vanguard in the fight against Galamsey.
I swore an oath on 7th January to be faithful and true to the Republic of Ghana. And that is exactly what I'm doing in the fight against Galamsey.
In 2019, the task force known as Galamstop was born to aid Operation Vanguard in the fight against Galamsey. Inaugurated by Professor Kwabena Frimpong-Boateng, the task force was to fashion out ways to stop illegal mining activities in the Brim River and other affected water bodies. And in 2021, soldiers were deployed to begin various phases of Operation Halt, which saw the seizure of excavators. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, under the Mining Community Development Scheme of the Minerals Development Fund, initiated the Alternative Livelihood Development Program to ensure socio-economic development of people living in the mining communities, especially for those who are engaged in illegal mining. And in August, the World Bank approved $103.4 million for Ghana to reverse land degradation and strengthen integrated natural resource management in about 3 million hectares of degraded landscapes.
Yes, reclamation as part of our Alternative Livelihood Empowerment Program, we have in a way dedicated some funds for the reclamation project. We have zoned the areas in the mining regions. We currently starting from Konongo in the Ashanti region. Consultants on the field, they are doing visibility studies, how we can reclaim all these concessions that were mined illegally and were not able to reclaim. The government is committing to reclaim these concessions.
Working with communities of the Northern Savannah Zone and the cocoa forest landscape. This is our land, and if we don't care for it like it has cared for us, no one will. Together, we are reclaiming. Together, we are restoring through reforestation, and there is no going back. This is land reclamation, and it is our blessing. This message is powered by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and the Minerals Commission.
A round of applause for all the bold efforts that have culminated in this. It is good to know that a son of the soil who has been affected by this is leading the charge, ladies and gentlemen, to restore the land. One more time, a round of applause for the Deputy Minister and the MP, together with the NALEP Committee. Let's see you up on your feet, the entire NALEP Committee. Congratulations for a great job done. Please, a round of applause for them too. We certainly couldn't have come this far without the Minerals Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, the CEO joins us, Mr. Martin Kweku Ayisi. A round of applause. Thank you. Today we see leadership which not only talks but also walks the talk. Speaking to us now is a man of such courage and determination to restore our land to its dignity and fullest glory. I give to you the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, the Honorable Samuel Abu Jinapor.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic, the Western Regional Minister, Honorable Regional Ministers here present, my able Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources and MP for Takwa Insuem, Vice Chancellor of the Power Grant University for Mines and Technology, the Chair of the Forestry Commission Board, and Paramount Chief, Tetrete Akuama-Sachi, our revered chiefs and traditional rulers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a happy day, not only for residents of Takwa, and indeed of residents of mining communities across the country, but also for Mother Ghana in totality. We are gathered here to witness the launch of the National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program by the President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. It is the first such comprehensive program in the history of our country's mining sector, and we are extremely grateful to the President for this important policy initiative. Mr. President, the small-scale mining industry contributes almost 40% to our nation's gold output. Unfortunately, as a result of its impact on the environment in recent years, small-scale mining, sadly, has become associated with environmental degradation and water pollution. The negative environmental impact reached its crescendo between 2014 and 2016, with a near total breakdown of the regulation in the sector. This, in 2017, led to a moratorium on small-scale mining and the establishment of the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining, IMSIM. After some initial successes, the illegalities in the sector resurfaced, leading to Mr. President's call for a dispassionate, non-partisan, and broad-based national dialogue on small-scale mining. Mr. President, since affording me the privilege to serve in your government as the Minister responsible for Lands and Natural Resources on 5th March 2021, the Ministry has, per your directives and working with
other relevant agencies adopted several policy measures to come to grips with the menace of illegal mining and its devastating consequences on the environment. A national consultative dialogue was held at the Accra International Conference Center on 14th and 15th April 2021. Prior to the holding of the dialogue, a technical committee established by the ministry developed a blueprint for small-scale mining, which formed the basis for the dialogue. The dialogue, which was dispassionate, non-partisan, and broad-based, produced a communique with 15 resolutions aimed at tackling illegal mining head-on. We have subsequently held 2 regional dialogues, one in Kumasi for the forest zone and the other in Tamale for the savannah zone. We have undertaken several consultations with relevant stakeholders to solicit their support for the measures we are taking. I have therefore led the ministry to engage with the Council of State, the National House of Chiefs, all regional ministers, civil society organizations in the mining sector, miners in the field, and many others. The outcomes of these engagements have been very positive, and I thank all involved for their cooperation. Pursuant to the instructions of the President, we have also embarked on a nationwide tour to mobilize mass support for government action. We have visited the Ashanti, Central, Eastern, Greater Accra, Northern, Northeast, Savannah, Upper East, Upper West, Western, and Western North regions. On each of these visits, we have held very enlightening and productive deliberations with the respective regional houses of chiefs, the regional security councils, and small-scale miners. In the coming weeks, we will round up these very important visits with Ahafo, Bono East, Oti, and Volta regions. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, community mining has become the main fulcrum around which we seek to organize responsible small-scale mining, and we have ramped up our efforts accordingly. So far, 5 community mining schemes with 20 concessions have been launched in Mampehia in the Ahanta West Municipality, Kwabre in the Jomoro Municipality, Adukrum in the Ahafuano South East, Adukrum in the Ahafuano South East District, Jakobu in the Amansie Central District, and Achim Aba in the Kwabi Brim District. These 5 schemes have the capacity to employ some 26,300 people in direct and indirect employment. We expect to launch a total of 18 schemes with 100 concessions by the end of the year. Our commitment, Mr. President, is to deliver 100 well-regulated, responsible, environmentally sound community mining schemes across the country before the end of 2022. They will have, amongst others, functioning offices, proper database of miners, environmental officers on site, changing rooms for miners, and sick bays. They will truly be modern community mining schemes, and certainly we will not permit these operations to be deployed as Galamsey size through the back door. Mr. President, Ananum, ladies and gentlemen, conventional wisdom asserts that illegal small-scale mining, Galamsey, is a poison chalice. It is said to be complex, complicated, endemic, and incapable of being sanitized and regulated. In all modesty and with the greatest of respect, I disagree with this school of thought. Already, under the outstanding leadership of President Akufo-Addo, and in many cases with his direct personal involvement, we have declared all forest reserves and water bodies as red zones. We have designated the various regional security councils as the main vehicles for the enforcement of our mining laws. We have launched Operation Hall 2 to rid our forest reserves and river bodies of illegal mining. We have suspended recognizance and prospecting activities in all forest reserves across the country. We have commissioned mercury-free gold processing equipment for small-scale mining. And we have decentralized the operations, reorganized the licensing regime, and begun far-reaching reforms at the Minerals Commission, as well as the rollout of an online application system.
And today, ladies and gentlemen, Nananom, at this moment, in the historic mining town of Takwa, our visionary, competent, and caring president is about to lay arguably the final major block of the framework required to regulate the age-old small-scale mining sector, and that is the launch of the National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program. Undoubtedly, this program will give us the necessary moral authority and courage to continue to pursue our goal of cleaning up this sector, as an alternative avenue for employment is being created by the state for miners who will fall through the cracks. In conclusion, Nananom, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to, on my personal behalf, and that of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, thank the President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for the invaluable guidance, direction, and tremendous support he has given us, both within the government and outside, in this very difficult and consequential national task he has so graciously assigned us. Sir, be rest assured that this program of yours shall be implemented with dedication, competence, and with utmost transparency for the benefit of the target group, miners. I thank you for your attention.
The Honorable Samuel Abujinapo, please. We're grateful for your zeal and your determination that is so evident in your stewardship. When asked whether he meant the fact that he would put his presidency on the line to ensure that Galamsey was stamped out, he retorted in one simple phrase, that I'm not thinking of the next election, I'm thinking of the next generation. That is leadership that gets things done. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Eminent clergy, the Methodist Bishop of Takwa, Western Regional Minister and Member of Parliament for Takoradi, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources and Member of Parliament for Damango, Central and Eastern Regional Ministers, Member of Parliament for Takwa Nswayem, and the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Municipal Chief Executive for Takwa, the Chairperson of the Board of Directors and Chief Executive of the Minerals Commission, Vice Chancellor of the George Grant University of Mines and Technology, the Acting Coordinator of the National Alternative Employment Livelihood Program, Tetete Okuamwa Sechim II, of Mahini of Wasa and Memphis Traditional Area and Board Chairman of the Forestry Commission, Nana Kwabnejan, Mahamo Hine and Chairman, Takwa Nswayem Divisional Chiefs, Nana Kuamwa Brema, Hiswasa Hima, the Divisional Chiefs of the Wasa Fiase Traditional Council, the Western Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, residents of Takwa, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen, it is good to be back once again to this famous mining town, Takwa, for the launch of an important initiative of the Akufo-Addo government for the mining sector, the National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program, a program designed to help alleviate the hardships of those affected by government's efforts to sanitize the mining industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Nananom, with Ghana having been blessed with so many minerals, it is not surprising that mining has always played a significant role in our lives. For centuries, our minerals have been the attraction for investors, adventurers, and fortune seekers. Many foreign thrones and crowns are adorned with the gems taken from our lands, not always through straightforward means. The pursuit of gold in recent years through the phenomenon of illegal mining or galamsey has reduced many of our forests to degraded lands and some of our rivers to polluted water bodies. It is no wonder, therefore, that some describe these minerals as curses instead of the blessing and good fortune they should be. In order to help curb the menace of illegal small-scale mining, the Small-Scale Gold Mining Law, 1989, PNDC Law 218, was passed to regulate small-scale mining and to facilitate Ghanaian participation in the mining industry. This law prohibited the use of explosives and heavy machinery in small-scale mining in favor of less expensive methods. Today, without any form of license, some Ghanaians are conniving with foreigners to mine everywhere with explosives and heavy machinery, including in forest reserves and water bodies. Let me reiterate at the outset a clear message. The Akufo-Addo government is not against small-scale mining. On the contrary, the government is in full support of responsible small-scale mining activities, as they provide an avenue for Ghanaians to participate in the mining industry and contribute substantially to our gold exports. Available data shows that the small-scale mining industry accounts for some 40% of our gold exports and has played a critical role in making Ghana the leading producer of gold in Africa. Small-scale mining should therefore be encouraged, and we will do all that is necessary to promote it for our collective benefit. What we cannot do and will not allow to happen is to permit mining activities to threaten the environment which sustains our lives and the lives and livelihoods of generations unborn. We owe a sacred duty to preserve the environment even as we reap the benefits of our natural resources. Small-scale mining can and must only be done responsibly. It is for this reason that in my last state message on the state of the nation, delivered to Parliament on the 9th of March 2021, I call for a national non-partisan dialogue on illegal mining in order to chart a sustainable way forward out of the menace. Thankfully, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, under the dynamic leadership of the new youthful minister, the Honorable Samuel Abu-Jinapor, Member of Parliament for Damango, organized this dialogue and has gone ahead to hold regional dialogues in the forest and savanna zones. Reports from all these dialogues are in agreement that the consequences of illegal mining are dire, which must be dealt with head-on. The Akufo-Addo government has rolled out several interventions aimed at sanitizing the small-scale mining sector, including legislative reforms, public education and awareness creation, resourcing the regulatory agencies, enhancing compliance and enforcement through the use of both better resourced national security apparatus and specialized task forces. In our efforts to help protect the environment, we've had to take far-reaching measures, such as authorizing the involvement of the military in Operation Halt, as well as decommissioning and demobilizing machines and equipment used for illegal mining in forest reserves and water bodies, which have been declared red zones for mining. Far-reaching and biting as these measures have been, they were necessary to halt and reverse the trend of ever-increasing turbidity of our waters and the continuing degradation of our lands, and to safeguard our environment for posterity. These efforts have resulted in significant gains, with some of the water bodies visibly clearing up. Today, after sustained hard work, we've reached a situation of reasonably satisfactory regulation of the small-scale mining sector. Reforms of the Mineral Commission are ongoing. The Inspectorate Division is being strengthened, and across the country, the hitherto culture of impunity in the sector is becoming rapidly a thing of the past. I'm told, however, that despite all these efforts, there are still some who have resorted to mining in the night to evade the regulatory and security agencies. Let me assure you, fellow Ghanaians, that we have enhanced the monitoring of these activities, and all those involved will face the full consequences of the law when apprehended. As apprehended, they shall be. Undoubtedly, The lives of several people, including women and children, depend on these illegal activities. But the sheer impact of these activities on the environment mean that we cannot allow them to continue. A comprehensive approach to tackling this cancer, which demonstrates also our commitment to social solidarity and harmony, requires that while working with the security agencies for the protection and proper utilization of our natural resources, we fashion alternative means of livelihood for those affected by the crackdown. This is important because our mineral resources are finite and we will not have them forever. We should diversify our sources of livelihood, even in mining communities, to reduce the impact of the depletion of the resources on our social and economic lives. Already, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, through the Minerals Commission and the Minerals Development Fund, is working with other partners to implement some alternative livelihood programs to promote socioeconomic development in mining communities. But following a heightened drive in recent years to deal with illegal mining activities in red zones, many more illegal miners have lost their illegal sources of livelihood. It is to provide legitimate alternative sources of livelihood for such persons the government has decided to initiate the National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program. This program, first of all, seeks to mitigate the unavoidable hardships which our efforts to sanitize the small-scale mining sector has created, particularly in the 5 regions that Operation HALT carried out its operations. It is intended to provide good economic livelihood options to illegal mining and its associated activities, and to enable those adversely impacted the opportunity to work and support themselves and their families. The program will also focus on reversing the negative impact of illegal mining on the environment through the National Land Reclamation and Reforestation component of the program. Given that most of our degraded lands are due to illegal mining activities, it is very fitting that any program targeting illegal mining should include a reclamation portion. This component of the program will restore degraded lands into economically viable lands, creating job opportunities for the youth, landowners, and communities at large. In keeping with our commitment to promote responsible, viable, and sustainable small-scale mining, the program will also include a community mining scheme, which will be the model for small-scale mining activities in the country. During my last visit to Takwa, I indicated that the Akun Community Mining Scheme was under construction and would be launched soon. I'm happy to announce that under the strong leadership of the Member of Parliament for Takwa and Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, the Honorable John Miriku Duka, the scheme is ready. And it is hereby commissioned as the first community mining project since the inception of this program. Community mining schemes will be supported by the Mine and Support Services, and altogether I expect it to create some 220,000 jobs. Let me stress once more the government will not condone any illegal activities in the mining sector. The strengthened monitoring and enhancement regime we have put in place under the auspices of the Enhanced Mines Inspectorate Division of the Minerals Commission and the Regional Security Councils will ensure that all small-scale mining activities are environmentally compliant. I urge also regional coordinating councils and municipal and district assemblies in areas where this program will be implemented to give their full support for its implementation. The nation is grateful to the George Grant University of Mines and Technology for its collaboration and cooperation to make this program successful by putting its teaching resources at the disposal of those who are involved in the program to enhance their capacity and expertise and improve their productivity. The university, let me say, Aiko, well done. In conclusion, at my request, the Ministry of Finance is committed to make adequate budgetary allocation in the upcoming 2022 budget of government to fund this very important policy. Accordingly, ladies and gentlemen, Nananom, I have great pleasure to declare the National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program duly launched. May God bless our homeland, may God bless us all in our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. A resounding round of applause. We thank you for that warm address. I personally vote that this be adopted as a bipartisan manifesto. What do you say? All in favor say aye. The ayes have it. Mr. President, we want to make a symbolic presentation to you on what this launch really conveys to this community and to the whole of Ghana. It is my pleasure to invite the director of the administrator, I beg your pardon, of this great initiative, Dr. Louise Carol Sewa Donko, to please make the presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for her. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it's official. The logo for the National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program. How about a round of applause? And this will be carried throughout the country, and wherever it is presented, certainly action will take place. This morning, it is my pleasure to invite back again the Acting National Coordinator for NALEP, ladies and gentlemen, as she renders thanks. Dr. Louise Carol Sewa Donko.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic, Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, distinguished government dignitaries, Nananum, Nanahimanum, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Mr. President, I am very delighted about the launch of this program, and for which I have the singular honor on behalf of the Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, and on my own behalf as the Acting National Coordinator to offer the vote of thanks. In our beloved country, may I, on all of our behalves, thank the Almighty God, not just for a successful launch of this program, but for giving us a precedent of great vision and commitment to the development of our dear nation. We can all bear witness that since Galamsey became a menace, no president of Ghana has sought to provide such a permanent solution to the environmental degradation and its related loss on livelihoods. This program is direct evidence of the number of actions being taken as a permanent solution to this menace. Mr. President, we remain indebted to you for your dedication and unrelenting drive for the development of this nation. We are grateful for not just the vision, but for the demonstrative actions for its implementation. Thank you for the gift of your presence in our midst today, and for doing us the honor of launching this transformative program. We are confident that the level of commitment, both in terms of political will and financial resources, will ensure massive success for this program and changing circumstances in the lives of the illegal miners who are direct beneficiaries of this program. On our part, we promise to work tirelessly for its success, specifically in job creation and land restoration. Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abu-Jinapor, thank you for staying committed to this course and cause. It takes a man of great steel to direct the implementation of the President's vision to the details that we are witnessing today. You are our hero. To the host, the Regional Minister and MCE, Vice Chancellor and your teams, to the Chairman, Honorable Mrikuduka, and committee members for this program, we are ever so grateful for your commitment. To Nananum, the clergy, and other distinguished guests, this program cannot succeed without your direct involvement. You all look gorgeous and beautiful in your colorful clothing today. I am very much aware of the important leadership you provide in your communities. This program is the beginning of a long-term partnership to improve the lives of those who live in your communities. Thank you for coming, and we look forward to working together. Please answer us positively when we come knocking on your doors. In the next couple of weeks, I will be coming round for consultations with Nananum and Nanahima and other stakeholders, and I believe you will join hands with the President and the Honorable Minister, under whose leadership I am very much honored to be steering the program on the ground. To the media, all guests, our NAELP beneficiaries, and every other person here, thank you for coming. We hope that the words from the President and the Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources have touched our hearts to be committed to the success of this program. Again, a resounding thank you to you all. Your Excellency, it is a great honor to be of service to you. Thank you very much. God bless our dear nation, Ghana. God bless you, Mr. President. God bless us all. Thank you, and enjoy safe travels back to your various destinations.
And when you need something said, you call me, Jerry Ajololo. But when you need something done by way of action, ladies and gentlemen, you call Dr. Louise Carol Sewa Donko, the acting national coordinator for this project. Please, another round of applause. We celebrate you for all that you bring to the table, your versatility in the administration of this country. And now, Mr. President, Nananom, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all we're saying here today can be summed up in what the President said, that the MPP administration is not against small-scale miners. We are against illegal miners. And not just against them for being illegal, but because they impact negatively on the fortunes of generations yet unborn. For this reason, we have come up with this program, that it will give skills, it will give employment, it will give many things to all those who have been affected, particularly site owners, gold buyers, plant owners, foremen, gang leaders, site supervisory inspectors, food vendors, merchandise owners, casual workers, and even other service provided in this whole operation of illegal mining. Isn't this a good effort? Please put your hands together and let's celebrate. And so, Nana Omahine, we, your children, have come up with this noble initiative. We can only ask for your blessing that it may be well with this project and for Ghana and for posterity. Do we have your blessing? Nana gives us his blessing. Please, a round of applause. To this end, I shall ask that we all rise and invoke the blessings of God Almighty on this great initiative, on our nation Ghana, that she may be great and strong. Let's receive a representative of the municipal chief imam as he closes us in prayer.